20-something years ago, I was a child and would frequently visit my grandmother. My mom would take me about 2 to 3 times per week because she needed to get some work done and my dad was at the office most of the day. She had a large bowl of fake fruit. Apples, pears, oranges, one banana, and grapes. It must have had at least 300 grapes there. I don't know why she had it, just decoration I guess. One day I was alone in the kitchen and spotted it in the corner. I walked over and pulled on one of the grapes and it plucked right off. I tried to push it back on but it was pretty tough. The end of the stem that it was on had a T shape and it was impossible to get it back on. It wasn't a big deal, I just turned the grapes a bit to hide the empty stem and no one would ever know. But I knew I needed to hide this grape or else my grandma would have not been happy that I was playing with the grapes. I tucked it in my pocket and walked through the living room past my grandmother towards the bathroom down the hall. When I got to the bathroom I noticed the notch in the door strike where the latch bolt would go in when you closed the door. I pushed the grape in there and to my surprise, I heard it fall down the door jamb into the wall. So that was that. I was in the clear. No one would ever find that. The next time I went to my grandmother's I was bored and found myself in the kitchen by myself again. So what's a bored 7-year-old to do? Steal another grape and stuff it in the door jamb. I did it again the next time I was at Grandma's house. And again. And again. I did this almost every time I went to my grandmother's and one day my mother pointed out how some were missing. They picked up the grapes and noticed a lot of grapes were missing. Like, a lot of grapes. I was immediately questioned and straight up lied. I told her I had no idea what happened. I said that her dog might have eaten them one day. I kept doing it. I couldn't resist. It became a tic. My grandmother bought some more grapes one day and my heart leapt with joy. My habit could continue. The most difficult part was positioning the grapes so they didn't appear to be so scarce. I stopped doing it as often as I grew. It became a once-a-month thing, then a once every other month thing. Then I stopped altogether. Fast forward 25 years, my grandmother is now in her 90s and is in a wheelchair. Her doctor recommends that we make the door to her bathroom a little wider so that she can get her wheelchair through and can transfer to the bath and toilet easier. Her doctor recommends that we make the door to her bathroom a little wider so that she can get her wheelchair through and can transfer to the bath and toilet easier. My uncle called me to help him with the doctor's recommendation and I got awkward. I told him that I would take care of the demo part myself. He offered to help but I told him that I had it all covered. While my grandmother was at the grocery store I went over there and pried the door jamb off the wall. They were everywhere. There must have been at least 150 to 200 of them. Some of them were dry rotted and some of them were intact. I got the broom and swept them up and threw them out and finished the rest of the job. My uncle came over and thanked me for doing so much on my own and I told him I was happy to help. Grandma passed away last year and I never told her.